The chair recognizes the gentlewoman from California, Ms. Lofgren, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. Rosenstein, for being here with us today. You're a career attorney in the department, isn't that right?
I would say I was a career attorney.
Was a career attorney.
Yes.
You've spent your whole life working for the people of the United States as a career attorney until you were asked to fulfill the current function that you're
As a U.S. attorney, I was a political appointee, so for the past 12 years, I've been a political appointee. 15 years prior to that, I was a career attorney.
So let me ask you, in taking a look at the individuals who are working on the matters that we are discussing, are they career attorneys in the department who are working on this?
Some of them are, Congresswoman. Under the regulation, the special counsel is permitted to request the detail of attorneys in the department who he believes will be helpful. He also has authority to hire attorneys from outside the department, and he's used both approaches.
So wouldn't they be subject to the principles, the merit system principles in the Civil Service Reform Act?
Yes, I believe they are.
So, you know, we've been on the committee here for a long time, and I remember back in 2008, there were allegations that the Department of Justice had used politics as a basis for hiring and firing in the department. And the Office of Inspector General and the Office of Professional Responsibility issued a report outlining the impropriety of using politics in personnel decisions. One of the things they said was that the department's policy on non-discrimination includes the Department of Justice needs to seek to eliminate discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, sexual orientation, national origin, marital status, political affiliation, age, and the like. So wouldn't that policy be governing the actions of the individuals working on this? You couldn't discriminate based on this whole list, including their political affiliation.
Congresswoman, one of the advantages that I bring to the job is having been in and around the department for a while. I've seen mistakes that have been made in the past, and that is precisely one of the issues that I've discussed with our political appointees, that we're not going to do that we are not going to improperly consider political affiliation with regard to career employees of the department.
Thank you very much. You know, I wanted to ask about a couple of concerns, and you may or may not have responsibility for this. If so, just let me know. I am concerned that the department has had a change in position on certain important voting rights issues. One has to do with the purging of rolls in Ohio. The department had previously argued against purging those rolls because the National Voter Registration Act prohibits the purging of voters simply because they haven't voted in a given period of time. And it's my understanding that the department is now arguing that Ohio can purge individuals from rolls even without evidence that they have moved. Additionally, the department had argued that the state of Texas ID law had discriminated against individuals, and that the department has changed its position on that, and the law is currently drafted probably excludes up to 600,000 Americans from being able to vote because of the the draconian ID laws. Can you give us any insight into why the department changed its position on these key voting rights issues?
Congresswoman, I'm generally familiar. I don't know all the details of both of those matters, but as a general matter, it's important to understand that the ultimate determination about what the law means is made by a judge. Department officials obviously need to make a decision based upon a good faith analysis of the facts and the law, what position to take. It may be that new leadership of the department takes a different position, but I can assure you that's based on a good faith analysis, and there may be legitimate ambiguity in some of these provisions. And we are responsible for making our determination just like the prior administration made theirs, but ultimately it'll be up to a judge to decide what that law means.
Let me just ask a final question. It's my understanding that under the order appointing him, Mr. Mueller has the authority to investigate matters that arose or may arise directly from the investigation, which would include crimes uncovered while he is investigating the main mission. So, for example, if he is looking at the Russia investigation and he finds out that the person he's looking at committed a bank robbery, he isn't required to ignore a bank robbery. Would that be a fair assessment of his responsibilities?
It's a fair assessment.
The time of the gentleman has expired. Mr. Rosenstein may answer the question.
Congresswoman, it's important to recognize, because it's a special counsel, not an independent counsel, those issues are worked out with the department. So in the event that he came across evidence that was not appropriate for him to prosecute, he could refer it to other components of the department. So we wouldn't allow something like that to slip through the cracks, but we would make sure to route it to the appropriate prosecutor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.